if you are the best choice for the Democrats in 2020, why didn't President Obama endorse you?
I asked President Obama not to endorse, and he doesn't want to. Whoever wins this nomination should win it on their own merits. Guys, thanks. Welcome to Delaware.
Democrat frontrunner Joe Biden isn't getting much of an assist from former President Obama. According to Politico, listen to this quote from Obama. He said, he pointed out that during his own 2008 campaign, he had an intimate bond with the electorate, meaning Obama, especially in Iowa, that he no longer has. That's an acknowledgement. Then he added, and do you really, and you know who really doesn't have it today? Joe Biden. Join us now, Policy Director at the Conservative Partnership Institute, Rachel Bovard. Rachel, thanks for being here. Happy Thanksgiving. Good morning. So
Good morning.
For the former president to say that Joe Biden just doesn't have it, that seems devastating to me.
You gotta feel bad for Joe Biden. A couple of months ago, he was literally tweeting out Barack and Joe friendship bracelets. And now his former boss is throwing him under the bus and just saying he can't connect with voters. And if you compare this with the comments from Obama's senior advisor, David Axelrod, saying that Joe Biden's campaign is like Mr. Magoo, it's clear that Team Obama is not a big fan of Joe Biden. And I think that's probably going to hurt him going forward.
Okay, so if you're not able to run on the legacy of President Obama and being his vice president for 8 years, then you might want to try to turn to the left and speak to the activist base, which is more prominent in the Democrat Party today. But he's even having problems there as well. Reports are now that his policy director, one of his top Latina advisor, has now quit because she reportedly doesn't believe she can connect with the base. Again, from Politico, here's a report on the departure of one of his top advisors. She said she felt the campaign wasn't heeding her advice on immigration as she tried to reach out to Latino groups that have had longstanding concerns with the former vice president's rhetoric and records stemming from the Obama administration. So he can't own the Obama administration, but he also gets blamed for what they did back in the day.
Yeah, this is reflective of the huge problem that Joe Biden has with his immigration record, particularly from the Obama administration. And he hasn't had to answer for this, really. The last two Democrat debates have not even discussed immigration. But if they did, Joe Biden would have to answer for the 3 million families that were either separated or deported under President Obama, who also locked up kids. We've seen this in the numerous pictures that the mainstream media has tried to portray as under Trump, but were really under Obama. So this is something that Joe Biden's going to have to answer for. He wants to align with Obama in every way, probably, except for this one.
Except for this. Well, there's other issues. He's changed his stance and his tune on a lot of things to try to move to the left. Another of which is marijuana. This is from November 6th, just a few weeks ago. This is how the former vice president talked about his stance on marijuana. Listen. Oh, I don't think we have it. Go ahead.
There's not nearly been enough evidence that has been acquired as to whether or not it is a gateway drug. It's a debate, and I want a lot more before I legalize it nationally. I want to make sure we know a lot more about the science behind it.
Now he's saying he doesn't think it's a gateway drug because a majority of the electorate on the Democrat side wants to legalize marijuana.
Yeah, Joe Biden's positions on marijuana have gone up in smoke, as it were. Remember, this is the guy who was the architect of the 1994 sentencing law. He cracked down on illegal drugs, including marijuana. And now he says, well, I don't want to decriminalize it, or I do, or I want to legalize it. He's not really sure. But again, to your point, 8 in 10 Democrats support marijuana legalization. And this is just another area where Joe Biden has a hard time keeping up with the Democrat base. The party is changing, and he's not necessarily there.
A rough moment. His former president says he doesn't have it, and his campaign manager calls him Mr. Magoo. Tough Thanksgiving for Joe Biden. Thank you very much, Rachel, for being here this morning. We appreciate it.
Thank you.